So I decided to do something different. I am going to do a video log as I feel like I can process my thoughts a lot better and I can actually come back to this and watch it, as I don't really like to read very much, as most have learned about me. But that doesn't mean I give up. So I'm going to go into it. Where I'm feeling in my life, my toxic thought was that I have hatred for my dad, and not just any hatred. Like, I will always seem to go back into that mode of like, well, you know, if my dad says this, I'll say this back to him and I'll shut him down. And I've always grew up feeling that way. I have a hard time building that relationship with my dad, and I think it's time I let it go. I think this is great. He comes and goes throughout the day, and comes and goes whenever he calls or messages. That thought flies off. I'm like, oh, what do you want now? But not just that, just kind of going, yeah, it's not a healthy thought, and I need to remove it. So as I was meditating, when I was listening to the song "Goodness of God," there came a part where it made a lot more sense and clarity. Was mainly this part: in the darkness night, you are close like no other. I've known you as a father, I've known you as a friend. When I was younger, he was at my everything, and he was my friend, he was my best friend, and the seed that was planted made it difficult for a relationship with me and my dad. And now I am uprooting it. When I was just meditating on it, I was thinking about just sitting in a field, green grass and birch trees. It's a big one, a really big one that's about that thick, really big in dad's yard, and the trees up there, and me and my dad planting a pine tree together, a little pine tree. It was a jack pine tree, and I was just a little kid. I remember my dad telling me that all the pine trees around here was planted by our fathers, my grandfathers, my great grandfathers. So yeah, and that's why John 14 verse 15 came out, was, if you love me, you will keep my commandments, which brings me to honor thy father, as I have a difficulty with that one. I love him. I love him more than everything. Deep down, I love my dad. And it's time to uproot this. My battle thought is visualizing that Jesus was hugging me and telling me that it's okay. It's gonna be okay, my son. Just taking me by hand and walking around and walking through the trees and walking through the forest, and yeah, just letting it go, be peace, just letting the wind flow, a breeze flowing through, listening to birds chirp, and the old Canada bird chirping away. It's hard to explain it. It just sounds like the starting theme of "Oh Canada." You know, just keep repeating that tone. Bright blue sky, blue, so blue that it's so bright blue. I'm just planting trees. Yeah.